Music today because I can't feed through the sound. We can actually try. Yeah, just bad gateway. It's going to be one of those nights. It's just everything wants to piss me off today. Okay. Alright, let's just jump straight into it. Let's boom OBS over there, code there. Alright, let's jump in. Let's actually make this text a little bit smaller. Like so. Perfect. And it's saying it's running already. So it might be. Yep, alright, cool. It is running. I don't need it that big because we're on the small screen. I was able to fix up this the other day, so it turns out my router just automatically blocked NearBeach. So I'm currently working with them to say, hey, ain't on. Alright, so what do we need to do here? We need to, the following URLs will need a positive and negative test for all of those. Oh yes, yep, where we've got the forms going through, form data. Shouldn't be too hard to do. And what we could do is we can store that information in an array, an array of objects. So Django unit test forms. Alright, so the Django test client is really useful tool. It's because, alright, cool. And I just want to see if unfortunately, it can be so because each call creates requests, passes through all your middleware. That's fine. Includes the section on rewriting integration tests that uses the test client as unit tests. More accurate hands-on example. All right. I just need to integration tests. Form equals, oh, okay, cool. So what we're wanting to do is just create the form. We've got the form itself. We need to import the form and just do that. So yeah, that is possible. So what I'll do is I'll just copy that for reference. I'll go in here, I'll close everything. So the idea is here, if we go into tests, test user permissions will test the different levels. Test object data, we could potentially put this in a folder and then do stuff. Let's just open it up at the moment. We've got the username and password, we've got the login stuff. I need to actually eventually make this as a function which everyone can access, and I just call it in. All right. Test object data. So one setup, incorrect. Yeah, cool. just trying to remember everything here. This is a lot of mess in here. So test incorrect destination data. Okay. This is the loop that we loop through. So we've got it as just an array and it loops through. It's making sure that this doesn't work, and then test incorrect destination data. And this is for the linked list, because the linked list actually has an extra bit of information. Test correct data links. I think this works. So yeah, test correct object data self. So the following test will make sure each object data function will work correctly when given the correct form data and description, and where possible and location. Okay, I do want to test one little tiny thing. So I want to test if this will work if I've got a third argument in there. So what I want to do is actually just put in a blank variable like this. This is just me playing around at the moment. Okay, cool. Sites, NearBeach, cool. And then I want source. And then I want Python 3 manage test. Found 51 tests. It looks like it is working. No, it didn't. All right, cool. It doesn't work when that happens. So what I'm going to actually have to do is linked list will be its own thing now. Save that. And what I'm doing is I'm running again, making sure I haven't broken anything whatsoever, or that it wasn't already broken. All right, cool. Where's Jess? So I'm looking after my sister's dog. That's why I'm out here today, is because she gets nervous. Jess! I'm in the study. Hey, sweetie. All right, cool. I didn't want that screen. So I'm happy. So this will loop through everything but link tests, which will be perfectly fine. And I think we do the link test there anyway. So what we need to do, essentially set up the client, log in, and create the URL list, and then loop through all that like that. So we're copying this, but we'll be heavily modifying it. All right. Like so. Bring that saved. Okay, cool. Test correct object data. Make sure to log in, use that. This is where we'll turn this into an object. where each bit of data along here will have data. And it'll be correct. Now, I'm just going to run this. This is going to fail, and I want to make sure it fails, that everything fails in it. Okay, failures 10, only 10. I have more than 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's only half of them have failed. All right, not a problem. It just means we've got to create a form data for those 10. And it might be one of those things where I actually split out this into 2. One with form data, one without. All right, first one to fail. Add bug. So I'm just commenting it out because I'll do up here without forms. So add bug, add customer, add group. All right, I'm pretty sure these are definitely going to be it. I don't think associated objects is going to be in there. Query bug client. All right. Yep. That's another one. I think remove group, remove link, and remove users is the next one. And then the tag, user, and list. Yep. All right. And that's pretty much it. So if we make sure I actually hit save before running the test, this is going to fail. Not a problem, we'll just rerun it again. Double check that we've got a clean slate, everything's working. Sweet. All right, cool. What we want to do is, I am just going to cheat. I'm going to copy this. And paste it. Make sure we have 2 spaces there. And then each one of these is going to be with forms. The following will make sure each data with form data, description, and location. In this one, we don't need form data. We'll put that as a note. Form data is not required for these tests. And hey, Nocturnal, how are you? I hope you're going well. I am going to be testing these to make sure I get data back. And then I got to make sure that that data is correct. But at the moment, I'm just making sure it runs. I'm in a bit of a different location today because I'm looking after my sister's dog. Essentially, she gets super nervous if I'm in the study, which I have to close the door at the moment because my mum's cats are in there. So it's been great fun. I've been working out here since lunchtime. Hopefully she sleeps through the whole night. So yeah. Lovely dog, just gets nervous. All right, so what we want to do is we actually want to create these as an object type of scenario where we've got the URL, we've got the URL, we've got the form data, and then we can all look it up. We'll figure everything out. You just work out. I have a feeling this won't work, but let's just test it out. Okay. Oh, I might need the the actual form data setup. All right. Not a problem. If I go over here, they got it like that. So I should be able to feed it through if I go form data. Is, and then we've got add bug form. Oh, I've got it as a, and then data. I don't think this will work. NearBeach.model forms. Import and then add bug form. It's not closed. Oh. No, it's closed. Alright. Ah, whoops. Can't type, can I? And then I've got... Why is this complaining? Just give me 2 minutes. Python object. Yeah, but array of objects. All right, I might be doing this very incorrectly. Let's get this up and running. So in here, I've gone way too far. I want forms. I want to go up. Add bug form. So I've got bug client, bug ID, bug description, and bug status. So straight off the bat, I don't think I've actually set this up whatsoever, so I'm just moving on to the next one. Add customer. Add customer form. Alright. And then what I need to do up here is and make that a lot nicer eventually. She's not closed, that's a complete utter lie. Oh, I don't think this works. Yeah. Alright, this might not work how I want it to. Okay. Now I gotta think. I could just come back to this later and do something a little bit more easier. I'm gonna have to think about how to do that properly. I don't want to create something where I'm gonna create 1,000 tests. It would be nice if I could loop through something and just have like a data type of scenario. Or is it meant to be in, am I just doing something stupid? Alright. Let's see if I'm doing something stupid. It's an array. Alright. I feel like I'm just mucked something up in my head. Alright. Yeah, it was over there. Are we sure about that? Yeah, that's an error. Wouldn't have gone down here anyway. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I kind of want to do. Python array of dictionaries. Array of or list of dictionaries in Python. I'm glad I zoomed in a lot. Oh, do I need? Oh, I see. All right, no, I've assumed something. All right, cool. Yep, I've just assumed something, and I didn't realize that I was close, but just not close enough. So that needs to be in quotations. That needs to be in quotations. This is going to be like that. That's going to be like that, whilst also being like that and like that. And then we're going to get rid of that. We're going to bump that at the end. And then everything's fine. Okay, good. And then with the data, the add form data, that's where we need the forms. Try and find forms. Those are views. Forms. All right, so we need bug client. Oh no, this is add customer. Add customer. It's just a customer. All right. So I'm just getting the field name customer. Should be like this. Like so. And what I want to do is I just want to blot all these out, just for the time being. Got one running through there. So this is subtest with URL. Great. And then reverse, and then we just need the data. So that's a get, that's a post. So it needs to be outside the reverse. And it needs to be here. And then the reverse will be the URL.URL. And then the URL dot form data. So that will be that one there. And then let's see if it runs. We've only got one test. That should be fine. Failed. All right, let's. Object has no attribute URL. Ah. All right, let's actually name this data list. When this came out, it was test object. All right. Data, and then that should be data URL. Just gonna do it like that. That should loop through each one and then just pop up that one. If it doesn't, we can run it into a shell and just figure stuff out. We're just running all our tests. All right. So not going into it. Ooh, sorry. Oh. Okay. This is annoying. It's going to open up a new thing, Python 3, manage shell. I'm just pasting this in. Okay, not a problem. Data list equals, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to go URL, add customer, will just be customer 1. Data list for D in data list, print D. All right. I think it's just because I didn't have that set up correctly. Let's find out. It's looking good, but hey, it will throw up an error at the end. It failed. Yep, cool. What failed? All right, response. $175. I think I know what's going wrong. Yeah. All right. I think I'm overcomplicating this. I think I can get away with actually simplifying it and having it like that. Yeah, I've overcomplicated it once again. So let's go up here. Let's destroy these. So let's scroll all the way down to the bottom. All right, cool. So I can pretty much do the rest now. We can simplify everything. We don't actually have and I realized this, yeah, I just realized this. We didn't actually set this up correctly. And it's something I've got to set up. We can use the default old Bugzilla. So yeah. But in the meantime, what we could do is we could set up most of these. And this is where I use trim binding, edit, multiple lines. Control V. Okay, I've mucked that up. Alright, change, cool, bang that on, space, bang that on, perfect. Let's go all the way to the end. Let's type in form, data, bang that like that, bang, 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 and then bang, and then bang. And then, oh, I've made a mistake. It's meant to be that. All right. Vim select. Same turn, or words would do, words. You can use the asterisk or VIW to visually select the word under the cursor. Alright, let's not play around at the moment. Let's cool. That should work. All right. So now I just need to get the data in there. So for each one of these, so add group. So we just go in here. We look at for add group. So add group form, group list. It is a multiple choice. So I do believe that is going to be an array. So let's put an array 1, 2 in there. Oh, I should put in group list and then the array like so. Okay. If I don't know which one to put in, what I could do is I could replicate that functionality from the front and just look at the network and see what's been sent. All right, add link. So add link form. It will have a document description, document URL location, and a private folder. So the private folder is set to false, so we just need these two at the moment. We should test this one later down the track. So what we could, but we don't have a folder at the moment, so we can create that, but then just comment it out, and just make a note being like there's no folder. So document description, document URL location. So document description will be NearBeach homepage, and then document URL location, wasn't it? Yep. And then that will be just HTTPS. If you need to replicate S3 API, there's a project called Amino. Just give me 2 seconds and I will have a look. And this one I am going to do the parent folder. It's going to be 1 by default. I'm just going to copy paste, bang to the end of the line. Fill that all out, and I'm going to comment that out and save. So, oh, I've been here before. Offers high performance S. Oh. Oh, neat. I'll tell you what. Prod.NearBeach app for testing like locally. Okay. But I could also add in, because the idea is I support S3 buckets. I want to see how I can support Azure equivalent. And if I have a third option, stuff like that, that way I can give people options of what sort of back-end storage they want. Because the idea is this will run in like a Docker container and you want something that's over there. New features for NearBeach. Requirement projects tasks is going to be under MISC, isn't it? Yep. So, give support for, S3 alternative. Idea. And you could just mock for testing. Yes. Yeah. So that way, when it goes through testing, it'll boot up one of these instances, and just everything will get saved to it. So, yeah. I'll also put that in here. it might be an idea to support an open source equivalent to S3. Alright. Now do I have... No, so that one can go down here. For unit testing, implement the storage. For testing document uploads etc, it might be useful to use and set up for testing. Smiley face. If you have support to S3, then Minnow should just work. Oh, okay, cool. Even better. Meaning I can play around with it. Hopefully, oh, it won't be this week. Jesus, my weekend's gone already. Yeah. Alright. Let's do that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Alright, cool. I don't think I need any of this anymore because I'm now cooking with induction. Okay, add notes, add notes. So add notes will be just notes. Okay, so that will be notes. NearBeach notes. Hello world. And alright, I wanted to add tags. Add tags, that's just the tag ID. So tag ID. And we'll just go one at the moment. We are going to knock this out because we don't actually, and I should put this in, need to set up bugs on fixtures. Need to set up a folder on fixtures. Actually, I should do this correctly and do a to-do. 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 Need to set up tags on fixtures. Okay, add user. That's admin. That should be up higher. So we need a group, we need permission set, and we need a username. So it should be 11 admin. So I've already forgot it. Group. That should be 1. Permission set. That should also be a 1, and username should be admin. Alright, so I'm just going to save here. I'm going to actually comment and save first. The reason why I'm commenting out is because I want to test these, because I've done 5 so far. Let's see if what I'm doing is correct. I don't have anything to fidget with at the moment. Alright. 2 failures. Alright, so we've got the notes, NearBeach notes, hello world. The following test will make sure, blah, blah, blah. 400 does not equal 200. So it gave me a 400 response for just 2 of them, which is okay. Which is just a bad request. So this will work as a note and stuff like that. So if we, oh, we're in prod. I don't want to add a note in prod. All right, if we go in here, go notes. We add a note. Go to network, clear all that, add note. Let's have a look at the request data. So it's like that. As note. Copy paste sucks at times. Alright. Oh, okay, cool. Notice how this is note, and I put notes in here. Get rid of that. Now the second error. It's a bad request. Okay, so user list. All right, I'm thinking of the wrong add user. All right, not a problem. Let's actually track down this URL, see where it goes, and find out what exact form we require. So under URLs, we've got object data, and then we've got add user. So it's going to be easy if we just do, hey, there it is, right there, right in front of us. So object data, add user. What I'm going is go to definition, bang, we're right here, add and check to see users permissions, check destinations, require HTTP methods. Oh yes. Oh, all right. That's something I should be do. Add user form. Go to definition. Add user form. It's just a user list. All right, cool. So I've included something which isn't needed. In this sort of case, add user list, and that will be an array. Go 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right. Let's hit save. Let's run this test. Sweet. All right, cool. So we're getting somewhere. Query bug client, I'm going to skip that at the moment. Remove group. So I'm going to put in a to-do. Need to set up bug client on fixtures. Remove group. So let's go to our forms. Let's remove group. Group form, and it's just group ID. I'll just have it one. Remove link. So we've got the link ID and link connection. And what I'm going to do is ignore that one for now, because we've got to set it up. Set up links in fixtures. And remove user, that one should be pretty simple. Username. Admin. Alright, cool. Save everything. Let's just Alright, 52 tests, fine, sweet. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, under here, I don't know if it's, why do we have pie cache there? I'll just delete it for everything. Ah! We don't have user permissions there. User permissions. Test user permissions. Alright, no. Let's delete this one. It's not needed. So we've got tests, user permissions under here. I'm just double checking that this works. And it's as simple as doing something like this and then running it. Because I think at one point I was having trouble where it wasn't reaching those particular tests. And we got one failure, true is not false, and that's the team leader. Alright, sweet. This is exactly what we want. So it is running these tests now, which is great news. So it just means I've got to name everything pretty much the same, which is gonna confuse me, but oh. Okay, team leader permissions. I've got to hit everything. Alright. So the idea is team leader. So log in, team leader permissions, set up, team leader searches, reverse search. I don't need that. Alright. Def. So how are we naming this so far? We're naming it test incorrect destination data. Alright. Test basic page loads successful. Okay, and then print hello world, def test basic page, basic permission denied pages, print hello world. Why is that failing? Oh, I need self. Cool. Like so. Sweet. So what I'm going to actually do is very similar to the for loop in the other one, is I am going to have a list of every single URL that the user should be able to access in here. That is a essentially a get sort of URL, and then what I'm going to do is make sure that that particular user can access it, and then I'm going to test it with certain objects where they can't access it. So this is going to be easy if I just, there's one or two ways I can do it. I can do it from in here and just go from top to bottom, selecting everything that I need, but it might be easier just doing it from the front end. Because there will be, because essentially what we're copying is this, where I reverse the URL and I have the arguments afterwards. Alright, actually, I could do this. What I can do is I can just select everything, move to Excel, and do the data analytics in Excel. Oh, when I say that, I'm gonna do some very basic sort of stuff. So I'm just gonna paste. Okay, this is all just text. All right, I'm going to copy and paste because this is what I'm going to modify. What I want to do, dashboard would definitely be one of them, is I want to split. So I want to data, text columns, delimited, and then I want it to be just this. Go finish. All right, cool. So now what I can do is I can just get rid of most of this. So edit, find, replace. We want to replace name equals. Place everything in there. Yep, that's fine. We want to replace just the back square bracket. All right, cool. That is fine. We have lost the thing at the front, but that's fine. Concatenate. Bang, bang. Close that. Bob's your uncle. Bang. Sweet. And now what we need to do is just color things we don't need. So what I'm doing is I'm just highlighting things green or yellow. Oh, give me 2 seconds. You okay, sweetie? You're having a nightmare. Alright, sorry about that. Dog was having a little nightmare. Okay, so add user equals having card information. Yep. Actually, one thing I should check is, do I have the gets? No. Alright, not a problem. Change task. Yep, we'll need that one. We don't need the delete, we don't need the save, we don't need update, we need customer information. We don't need any of that information. That information will be another one where we actually do save and do all this sort of stuff, but we'll be building it up very similar to how we just built up the object data sort of stuff. But give me time, I need to actually go through each and every single one of those. Get bug list. No, we don't need any of these. Documentation. Add folder, add link, add. No, no. Get max upload. No. No. Campaign column. We don't need any of those because they're part of CRUD. We don't need that. That's CRUD. Campaign information. We need that. All part of CRUD. Login, log out, that works. We won't need to test that. Permission set information. We'll need that. We won't need the CRUD. We'll definitely need that, but I need to figure out a way to test it. Profile information. Definitely need that. Update data, CRUD. New customer, we definitely need that. New CRUD, new group, we need that for the admin. CRUD, new campaign board. Just laughing at the fact that I'm just CRUDing quite a lot of these. New permission set. New project. New request for change. We just need to make sure that these new requirement pages actually load. CRUD. New task. Yep. New user. Yep. Object data we don't need to test. At the user level, we will be testing it, and it'll be part of that other one. So I wouldn't. Yeah, it'll be done. Don't CRUD. Yep. Profile information. Our project information we'll need, yep. CRUD. Requirement. No, cancel. Requirement information we'll need. Name, get requirement information, all of that is CRUD. The requirement item information we'll need, the rest is CRUD. This will need RFC deployment. I think that's CRUD. Do change tasks. Yep. Whoop. RFC read only. We'll definitely need that. Search will need that. Yep. All. That one will need. That one will need. Actually, I think we'll need all of this. I don't know where the data is. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm just gonna select all of them because worst case scenario, I will just comment them out. That's CRUD, task information. We're almost at the bottom. CRUD, user information. Need that, yep. And then user update password. Don't need. Test permission denied. Definitely will need that. So that's actually a fun one. So I was having issues with getting my pages set up correctly. And this is just a quick way to test permission denied. Making sure the default sort of stuff is set up. So actually it is not needed at all. But it will be nice to write a simple test for it just to make sure that page is actually working. Whether or not it renders out correctly, we have to run another test. Update CRUD. Sweet. Okay, cool. So what we want. Insert. We've got the URL name. And then hello mouse. Yes. No, don't do that mouse. Alright, filter. Then we just need a filter on color. And then we've got our array of URLs. A lot of the other stuff will, once again, need forms and all that kind of stuff to test out the CRUD and whether the CRUD is working. That will do it, like I said before, very similar how we just did the object data. where it will be just a simple loop. We put in the data, we then throw it through. We also need to test it at multiple levels, so we need to test it at the admin. So the admin, it should work no matter what. Team leader, pretty much everything should work, apart from anything from the administration sort of levels. The team member won't be able to delete stuff. The team intern won't be able to create stuff, and the read-only will only be able to read. So a lot of that sort of information starts going from the positive side to the negative, which, yeah, having this in a for loop and just having those arrays all set up should be good. All right, so we've got team leader. So we've got team basic page load successfully. The following tests will make sure the team leader can access most pages on the system. The only pages they should this is only testing pages they can land on. Other tests will do the CRUD. Okay, cool. So we've got URL list equals, and then we bang it in like this. Pretty quick and easy. From there, what we want to do is not do that. Is essentially we just copy this. What am I listening to? I don't know. Okay, so URL list, URL, we subtest with the URL, great. Get data. We should state that each page should be accessible. Okay, cool. And most of this, some of this will have arguments in it too. So if we have a look over here, we'll notice that quite a lot of them have arguments. So these ones will fail. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. Piece off. Clear. Filter. All right, cool. Number of arguments equals. There is an Excel command where I can find Excel count anytime a symbol appears in a cell. That's a really bad one. But a few arguments, what? Doing tricky maths here. All right, so. Okay, length of this minus length of sub substitute b2 where / gonna be like that. All right, piece of pie. Okay, let's apply that filter again. And what we can actually do is we can filter out how many arguments there are. So then we can pretty much adjust our formula. So cell color, yellow. Let's go 0 for the start. It's just dashboard. All right. We could do a small one for this one. Def, test, dashboard, loads, successfully. Self. Now I don't need to do anything else. Make sure the dashboard will load for the user. Alright, reverse dashboard. There are no arguments whatsoever. Now in theory I could potentially do this again as URL objects and so forth like that. Shouldn't take me too long to do. Then I can just flip the numbers around to actually test the permission denied stuff. So for example, if any of the users apart from admin goes to a project information, task, etc. with a location ID of 1, they should not be able to access it because we've set it up like that. Okay. And then this should be 200. Easy. And it might be a thing that we actually try and do that. Set this up. So it's like that. Because data could be blank. Oh, we're dealing with the arguments too. But the arguments could be... Alright, if I go 200 here, and the arguments is blank, and the data is empty like that, this should work. And then what I'll do is I'll comment this whole thing out. Yeah, so I want to create something where I can just key in data and it will just do it. So these functions, be simple. Let's run through it very quickly. Errors 1. C is not defined. That is, sorry, my bad. C equals client. Could make a name tuple of URL data response. Yes. And response code. Oh, yes. Yes, I do like that idea. And then that will be a lot simpler to edit. And construct too, because I could construct it in Excel. Reverse got unexpected keyword data. And this should be a get, not a post. So it didn't like data. Just seeing where I put that data before. Oh, it's just, all right, yep. It's literally just doesn't like that. Should move client installation to the setup method. Sorry, could you elaborate? I'm on a different page at the moment. Sorry. Cannot appear after keyword. Right. If I have form data equals it's because I'm doing something silly. Line 29, you could move it to line 23. Line 29 to 23. Oh, okay. Set up the clients. Log in. You're doing it every test. All right, cool. Thank you very much. I didn't spot that. All right. So this is going to be a test. If this works 100%, then what I can actually do is structure this out so that essentially do what you just said. Call it the self.client instead. Then replace with then replace the C with self.client. Oh. Let's test that. At least the testing isn't taking too long. Alright, errors 3. Test team leader, test team leader. Oh. Equals client. There you go, only one failure. 302. 34. So wait. I keep forgetting my codes. 302. It's a redirect, isn't it? Oh. Alright. It's giving me a found. That's good. Then in tests do self-decline did it or self yep, cool. So pretty much like this. And Bob's your uncle. For some strange reason, this is a 302. All right, perfect. just going to bring in the Excel. What we're going to do is clear everything. We're going to filter for those particular colors because we only want to focus on those particular colors. Copy this. I'm going to paste as values, like so. We can get rid of these two. We can zoom in just a little bit more. We can extend these. And then we can talk about what data we want in here. So in here, what we want is we want the URL, which is this. So this is the URL. In fact, what I want to do is I want to cut it and I want to paste it over here. I want to get rid of that. The reason being is I'm going to use it for the data thing. So that will be the URL. What else do we need? We need the response code, response status code. Oops, sorry. It's got the URL. We need the arguments passed through. And we need form data. So at the moment, I don't think any of these will require form data, which is fine. So we can leave that as that. That would be fine. For the dashboard, it's a 302. The arguments, it's going to be an empty array. Alright. So then we just need to fill all of this out. I am shrinking this. I am going to shrink this a little bit too. I'm going to shrink this quite a fair amount. So card information, what we need is, we just need a 1, don't we? Because if I go back to, sorry, just terrible memory tonight. Hey. Yeah, it's just like that. Alright, cool. So that will be a 1. Change task information. Actually, no. Card information won't work because it doesn't land on a page. But this information will. Ah, 2. This won't work. These need to be 2s. Hey. Then this will be blanks. Search data. Oh, I've got to go through here and actually make sure that there's a int and yeah, okay, cool. That's fine. Because that search data search group, those ones will be all like that. And then the task information, so forth like that. All right. And all of these should technically be a 200s. The form data is fine. Okay. So this will be a tuple, concatenate, So we'll start open with that. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, actually no, that would be URL. Then it will be this, followed by a comma, and then it will be fonts status code. Then that will be a D2, and then there we will have the args, actually arguments, and then we'll have an E2, and then we'll have form data. Oh, that's got to be in single quotes, form data. Had that mistake already tonight. And then that will be a F2. And then that will finish that off, and then we'll finish that off, and then we'll finish that off. Yes. Haven't done that yet. Alright. So, test. Sorry, just rubbing my eye. Really shouldn't be doing that. There we go. I'm just gonna let out. We should update this. Data list equals, paste that all in. Oh, what have we done? Why is that double quoted? Single quote. That's a single quote. Oh, it's because it's single quoted there already. All right. Easy done. Easy fix. You know what I forgot? Come right at the end. See, this is going to be quicker just to do this in Excel. All right, there we go. Let's undo this. Data list. Let's call it data, and then data, and then whatever, and then that will be self.client.get, and that will be data URL. The arguments will be data arguments. Close that, and then we've got data form data. All right, and then it should be data response status code, and then I just get rid of that, and I hit save, and let's hope for the best. Double quotes because the yes, yeah. Delays are fun. Yeah. clue. Alright, cool. Alright, not a problem. No module named 2. Oh, I don't think I need those in quotes. Alright, cool. To speed this process up, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on one. We're going to modify it until we get it perfect. So in this sort of case, I'll hope for the best. One error. Okay, the following tests, make sure the team leader on. Yep, alright, cool. On 86. Unhashable type lists. Alright, I'm doing something wrong. Okay, let's. Okay, I'm missing args. So args equals, and then that data stuff, and then data form data. Okay. $302 doesn't equal. Ah, all right. All right, let's go back to our Excel. Let's edit this. So we don't need single quotes on a lot of these. Ah, hate when I do that. All right, cool. Okay, a couple of fails. There's 2. All right, let's have a look. Once again, I'm just stripping back down to just a few, so I know exactly what's going wrong. Okay, failures is 1. All right, cool. So this is doing with the second one. Assertion is a 302 error. Okay. Let's just 302 all of these. If you took out the name tuples, you can add defaults, which make it neater at the cost of not being able to see everything on the line. don't have that. Oh, wait. There we go. Sorry, usually on the big screens I have chat right there. Oh. Dictionaries called name tuples. In collections like dictionaries contain these. On contrary, it supports both key value iterations. Okay. Access. Wait. Oh. Check out names. Alright. I will have to be I'll read this later. It's going in the read pile along with this one too. Okay. Did we test this? I don't think we did. But thank you. Thank you very much, Nocturnal. Alright, so we've got 5 failures, errors 2. Does that example not have it defaults? I couldn't see it. I did do a search, but Python tuple default values. That's probably not what I want. Name turtles. This is too big for my little screen. Whoops. I will have a research it later. Did this? Alright, this didn't work. This might be because of some functions we can't access yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, let's start from the top. Private download file. Yeah, we can't private download file. Okay, no problem. All right. Profile information. Status through 2 arguments. I might have screwed up that one. Profile information. doesn't need multiple arguments. That should be a blank. All right. Did you do towards data science? Ah, cool. Cheers. Thank you very much. Over here. You're saying 3.4. Default is 100. Oh, that's kind of cool. So then I can put a default on all. Okay, cool. I will have to play around with this. Thank you very much. And then what I would do is I would just have the thing call in there and then just put in the values separated, like bang, 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 bang. Yep, I can do that, easy. All right, but first let's remove what I don't need from here. All right. This is search data 405. Method not allowed. Was not expecting that. All right. So let's actually fix some of this up right now in the Excel because we could get the Excel into that sort of state. Yeah, it can also be a list of tuples of names instead of strings for the field names. Ah. I'm gonna have to play around with that a bit later. So search data is not needed. Search customer data. I'm guessing organization data too, and permission set data. And then search user data. Because all of those are posts. And all right, let's go through organization data, search permission set to user set. All right, sweet. Let's. Sweet. All right, let's fix up this Excel spreadsheet. So profile information will be the same as bottom, like so. What was the next one? Search group data, bang. Search customer data, bang. Search organization data, bang. Bang. I use them everywhere. I have a tick that I don't mutate. Oh, nice. Oops, sorry. All right, task information, task information. Oh, user information. All right, so going through this. This should be fine. We then can simplify this. So I'm just going to write tuple again. Over here, I am actually going to hide this. So equals concatenate. Just open thing. And then we want C2. We We then want a comma. We then want D2. E2, we want arguments first, comma, F2 for form data, comma, and then we want response data and mustache. So that should be the data we're after. Oi, stop that Excel. You know what? Screw this. Bang, bang. Alright. Cool. So the idea is we're replacing a lot of this data. So... What do we want to call it? Pain. No, I'm joking. Alright. URL object equals tuple. So what we want is URL arguments, form data, and response code. URL arguments, form data, and response status code with the defaults. And do we put this in a to state that that's going to be a list? Defaults equals, so the URL will be nothing. The arguments will be an empty array. Yes. Form data will be this, and response code will be a 302. All right, I am. Give me a second. I'm not at my desk on phone. Oh, all right, cool. I'll hopefully be able to describe this. In fact, you're on your phone. Let's actually blow this up. I need to set up my profile so I can change in between streaming and not streaming. All right, cool. So I've got URL object equals a tuple with an open bracket, and then inside that I've got an open square bracket. The next 4 fields are in strings, so URL, arguments, form data, response code, followed by a closed square bracket, comma, with the default equals open square bracket as a string /, comma, open close square brackets, comma, open close mustache brackets, comma, 302. Now, I'm assuming that is fine. And then what I can do is with data list, I can remove this. And then I can go URL object. Yep. And then I should be able to paste these in, like so, and then hit save. So in reality, I could probably get rid of a lot of this. All right, just give me a second. I've forgotten the comma at the end of the common theme.
me forgetting this comma. And doing that. Cool. All right. Fingers crossed. Only got one error. All right, with the tuple takes no keyword arguments. All right. Cool. No, I made a big boo-boo. Let's read the instructions. Name tuple. Yeah, alright. Oh, I haven't put named tuple. Well, that's part of my mistake. Oh. Name tuple array. Something like that, probably. All right, cool. Let's. I saved. Fingers crossed. I just jumped on my computer. Fair enough. All right, error 1. It is hitting the name tuple. I think that might be missing one positional argument field names. All right. I think it's because it doesn't like this at all. I've probably mucked up the next thing. Name tuple takes 2 positional arguments, but 4 positional arguments. One key. What? DM with your version. All right, cool. Give me 2 seconds. I will jump onto the secret screen. I don't have Discord open. Might need to log in. I shouldn't. Hello, Discord. Hello. Sorry, Discord hasn't. There we go. Ah! I was way off. Alright, I'm just gonna minimize this. Thank you very much. It will take me forever just to get to. No, that's fine. I just opened up Discord. It took a little while. Alright, cool. So URL test. Okay, let's get rid of this one. URL test. So that's the name. Those are the fields. Okay, cool. So URL, args, data, status code. And then these are the defaults. So none. Oh yeah, they'll. Yeah. That should work. That and 200. All right, cool, sweet. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. And then all I need to do is bang that in like this. That should go all the way through. I just need to edit this down here to match up your field names. So URL, args, data, status code. So URL, args, data, status code. And that, I need to put defaults in that for the second list. All right, let's defaults. All right, moment of truth. Unhashable type list. All right, this is line 47. Oh, even better. But this one isn't working straight away. Sorry, I'm just doing this. Just okay, URL, arguments, yep. Data, and status code, yep. Okay, I'm just gonna change that to a string. So, just that off. Then total to the records. You want brackets or square brackets? Oh. So yeah. Ah. Oh. I love when this does this. Alright, let's just do that one test. Fatal error 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no object URL. There's a name tuple. That. Need it on the list. Oh. All right. So if I do something like that, I know it's a list of one item. Oh no. Oh. Okay, data list equals, yep. Sorry, leave the whole thing in a. Alright, let's try that again. Error's only one. Just do unhashable type list on 85. Each one is an item in the list. Okay, cool. So we're now getting down here. All right. So that should be correct. So what I'll do is I'll fix up everything on this. So instead of that, I'll have that. Did it again. Oh, all right. I get ya. So this, and then what I want to do is I want to delete everything from there, start a new line like this, have that complain because of that, save. All right, awesome. Okay, yep. Come in here, bang this out. And we only got one failure. And that is because of the private download file. One I forgot to actually get rid of. So right, and 405 for the trying to find it, search data. All right. So methods not allowed for that one. All right, awesome. Updated unit tests. All right. It's past 10 o'clock here. I better be going to bed. So let's find someone to raid. And thank you very much, Nocturnal. It has been a great help tonight. I can actually see what you've taught me tonight, actually applying elsewhere too. I can tweak this to actually test the cases where these are all going to be ones and it's going to be a permission denied. In fact, we could potentially add that in right now before we raid because we've got it over here. So permission denied, that's a 405. No, that's method 403. Forbidden. Alright, let's actually test permission denied. Just to get the real code. 403, yep. Yep. Alright, cool. So what we want to do is only for the arguments that are, oh god. Actually, I tell you what. Let's do this smart. So this will be 403. And this will be 1. And we can key this in right now and actually test it. Oh, I don't know what happened then. So this should be testing the pages which they don't have access to. No, 302. Are we logged in as the admin though? Team leader. Alright. That is a bit weird. So what I'm going to do is, for the moment, I'm just going to, or I'll have to investigate. But yeah, with this we can actually shrink down the code for doing all these tests. The next thing we need to do is we need to look at creating the form data and so forth like that. So for all the cases where there is CRUD involved, but using a very similar method to this, we could easily get that happening. So yes, I am looking forward to it now. Now that I've got something where I can structure it using Excel and data and get it out the door quicker. Anyway, let's find some